Kappa 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 is part of the Twitch culture.
Oh, good. Well, we're just putting our wheels down in Eurasia here, so I guess let's go ahead and get
we
going.
landed at the massive Eurasia airport.
All right. Let's pray that our saves saved. They did. We now have the option.
Nope, that was a quick.
I will give dealer's choice here to Grimmeth. Would you like to continue the playthrough of East Berlin or the playthrough of Beijing, both of which?
Well, the Beijing activity happened earlier for me, despite the fact that it was, you know, at a tired time. As a result, I feel more of a connection to what was happening in Beijing than I do to East Germany.
Well, certainly I think East Germany the last time, well, when it was recorded live was, I believe, over last Thanksgiving break.
I think that is correct. It was certainly in late 2015.
All right. Well, let's, prepare for takeoff. It occurs to me I'm not sure the last time I ever used the in-game loading feature to see that it says prepare for takeoff.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff.
I guess. Oh, jeez. I think I'd heard that it was in production a long time ago, but I only recently just saw a trailer, and usually I don't sit down and watch movie trailers. But, oh, we sound like Max Headroom to Overlord Darkwolf. Well, that's unfortunate. It could be just I have a terrible mic. No, but I saw a movie trailer for Sully. I got all excited because I love me some air disaster film.
All right, that's certainly a fetish.
I didn't say that I required it in order to get aroused. It's not a literal fetish. It's not a tiny representation of myself that I can then
and I will say that I did not hear of it until you just mentioned to me Sully, and I looked it up, and I see.
Tom Hanks is Sully.
Tom Hanks is getting older.
Well, you know, some of it, well, I was going to say some of it is probably, probably old age makeup, but maybe I don't have to bother with that anymore.
I'd have to assume so. I also love that whenever I look up Google images for Sully to maybe look at something pertaining to the movie, all I get is like this Monsters Incorporated monster.
Oh, I was for whatever reason hoping you were going to get the guy in Commando, who was also the main villain Luther in The Warriors, but he also played Sully in Commando.
Yeah,
those were like his
because
two
that's
big
who
movie
would pop
roles.
up primarily, I'm sure.
Hey, just when I hear the name Sully, I think of, remember when I said I'd kill you last, Sully?
Yep, I lied.
And then down he goes.
Alright, so...
maybe this is just because we're doing such good business in London, but negotiations for more slots are only going to take 6 months.
Alright, so, for people who may not have been there to catch this illustrious moment, have you uploaded this to YouTube yet?
Nope. People are just gonna have to figure it out.
I didn't think so. So tell us the story of Bajingity.
Oh well, well, why don't I let the train illustrate this point?
Train? What kind of input do you have about Bajingity?
And you were concerned about the sounds of fireworks.
Riveting.
So no, this is the first scenario of Aerobiz Supersonic, and if we were to travel the world, you could go to let's go to North America just because we love Eric Clapton so much. But let's look at Dallas here. You see in the top right where there is a relations graphic. You just have two people sort of standoffish from each other and not really wanting to say anything in one way or another. Now things have actually gotten slightly better since the game started, I feel like, just because I've opened some routes in the area. But just as a test balloon, we're not actually going to do this, but let's send an agent to Dallas. Ask whether or not he would negotiate for some slots. And negotiations will take a full year. Now, they've got slots to spare. They've got 55 of them, and currently none of them are sold out to anybody. So the only reason that they would not be willing to give us these slots is because of our airline and its home base. And that home base lends a certain Beijingity to our airline.
Maybe they're just not ready to let any of their airport slots go. Like they have all of them still, and like an airline comes up and says, "Would be willing to like make a flight." Oh, I don't know.
Oh, it's just too exciting. Wait a minute, what is this? Oh, it's Houston. Okay, so you've got Dallas and Houston here. For a minute there, I was looking at the location and thinking they had San Antonio, which didn't seem quite right.
What other major cities could there be in Texas?
Well, there are a number of cities in Texas. I just saw it down at the coast and was along the way there, and I just started hearing Sexy Boy in my head and thinking Shawn Michaels was going to hop in a personal jet and fly back and forth wherever he wanted to using our Beijingity airline.
And it would still take him 12 months to get slots in.
That's right. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Overlord Darkwolf is having an internet deal.
Oh,
that's
no.
unfortunate. Well, because I hate to see that sort of thing, because the Aerobiz? Yeah, the Aerobiz audience is a loyal group. I don't want to see them suffer. And, unfortunately, our airline, I believe, is probably still going to suffer because if I'm remembering right, it was very early in the morning, 2 weeks back, that we were working on this, but I feel like we were trying to get slots in New York, and there are literally only 2 left we can get.
Yes, they're busy with their remodeling that will finish next month, or next turn.
Yep. So, we'll try back in a quarter, and once that's happened, maybe life will be better for all parties.
Wow, that's incredibly optimistic, Bobo.
Well, I mean, it'll certainly be better for most parties, and that maybe every other airline will then be able to do something, and we'll be sitting for a while. Let's hold a meeting. That's probably a good way to get briefed back on how things are going in general. Let's discuss opening new routes. Sure. Okay. We will eventually have to open routes in Africa in order to get dominance in the proper number of continents. It's just gonna have to be one of these days. No. I'm sorry, Grimmett. No. Between Beijing and Shanghai would not be good. Well, it might get us passengers, but it certainly wouldn't be good for our profits. Because those 2 cities are a little too close to each other to make money. Let's open a route between London and Beijing. Do we have any planes that can do that yet? I'll have to go back and check. I think we are starting to get some of the early jet era.
Are they allowed to offer you like an air route option if it's impossible to execute with any of the planes currently in existence?
I don't know. You know, honestly, my guess would be that they could try and offer you some. The flaw that I could see them not noticing or not bothering with and then just shipping out the game anyways would be if we had plane restrictions, which surprisingly China does not, but if we couldn't buy Western planes and there were no Eastern Bloc planes that could do it, they'd still tell you to do it, even though it wasn't possible given your current geopolitical situation.
I guess this will be a learning moment. I do think something like a longer range DC was coming on the board, or maybe like the earliest B747. It has been some time.
Yeah. Although I did just remember, I don't remember whether the 707 is out there yet. I'm pretty sure that this may be the last year that we could go back and get any Ilyushin IL-14s.
Oh no, we'll have to buy 0 of them for posterity. Shit.
I actually want to get some.
What?
But,
yes, with all of the money you have.
There's money there, and they'll cost us nothing. They'll cost us
It's
nothing.
An opportunity cost. What if, like, the difference between you making, like, a route or
another
not
route
is because you decided to, like, oh, let me collect one of these shitty planes.
Oh, this isn't purely for collection. I will eventually just dump them on all of my African and Middle Eastern routes where I'm not going to fill a plane anyway.
How about you actually become successful enough to support those routes before you think about what planes you're going to put on them? Huh?
Alright, 27 planes in service. Let's buy more DC-6s. Oh, this guy thinks we need more L-1049s, which is interesting because I don't think we own any. Usually they will only recommend that you buy more of something that you already have.
maybe he's trying to just encourage business.
Possibly. Maybe he's deep in the pockets of Lockheed. Let's discuss business ventures. Sure. 3 business ventures. And they are almost a quarter of our total company's profits. Owning 2 grand hotels and I think maybe a bus line in Beijing. Well, okay. A grand hotel in New York, a grand hotel in London, and a bus line in Beijing. There we go. Meanwhile, the chat is discussing creative solutions that the Chinese might use to make people travel through the air. That's good of them, I guess.
Wow, what a ringing endorsement.
Well, they're suggesting things that maybe do not reflect kindly on the aeronautical prowess of the Chinese people, and I don't necessarily want to get too deep into that sort of an issue.
Oh, what do you mean? A chair with rockets doesn't have enough seats to effectively carry enough passengers?
Well, yeah, well, I mean, there's that. I mean, at that point, you might as well just buy one of these Ilyushins, I mean.
Well, you may be right.
10,000. That's so cheap. I could buy a dozen almost. Actually, it's kind of sad that I couldn't literally buy a dozen. How much is that compared to what is my now cost reduction on the DC? All right, the DC6s are not that much more expensive now that I've gotten like loyalty bucks.
Yes,
so
that's right.
my special practically employee discount.
Buy 9 planes, get 1 handy free. That's what I'm hearing here.
4180. So yes, the 707 is out, but it's not going to get us any better range than
it's not going to get us closer to
the Super Constellation was. Yeah.
So isn't Beijing and London like in the 6,000 like distance range?
I thought it was like maybe 5,500, something like that. It's definitely, I thought, in the 5,000 or more mile range.
I guess we'll find out.
Let's use our L&R keys for great justice. 5,060 miles.
Far closer than what I remembered.
But still, as far as I can tell, out of the range of any plane currently available.
Let's make a route that we can't actually make. Rah, rah, rah. Useful.
Oh wait, nope, we do have a DC-8. The DC-8 can do it. It gets terrible mileage, and I don't feel like it's... The DC-830 gets terrible mileage. I don't feel like it's worth it.
But,
maybe later on.
The game
maybe later on.
Worth it. I mean, how could the game be wrong?
Well, Triple H is always right. He wants to play Aerobiz.
That's not even true. He's not always right.
I don't know. Isn't he always interested in what's good for business?
No. His PR team says that he's interested in what's best for business, not what's good for business.
Oh, okay. So he wants the superlative of what's good for business.
Gooderist.
Oh, I got that completely wrong. I am clearly in the wrong lines of work.
Maybe you are.
Well, okay, so right now we're selling as many... Oh, we do have a guy already hot in negotiations.
Yeah,
so
that's literally how it is. Hot negotiations. I need to go back to Japan.
This is hot negotiating action.
Not even Japan, Beijing.
There's a little give, a little take, a little tug, a little... Alright. We're going to be able to fill up so many... All our flights are not awful, but many of them are very full, which is
I'm glad they aren't
more than
awful.
You'd expect.
They're pretty good, huh?
Yeah, they're not half bad.
Right.
These flights of ours. Okay, this flight to Bangkok is not great, but
it's profitable.
it's making money. I could always just leave it that way, and whenever there's a boom in tourism in the region, then it'll fill right up, and I won't have to mess with anything.
In this region not too long ago, if memory serves.
Well, at some point during this simulation. I just don't remember how long ago.
Yes, we were too busy talking about all of the other fun things of life.
I do think I was realizing something else that I do enjoy about this game in particular, and other sort of similar games. I like games about cars and such like that. I just have a certain fascination for engineering. Really good engineering.
Yes,
because, you know,
I was digging like into you in questions about that from like the automobiles and like aeronautics and your dad.
There you go. Digging into my dad. And so you must have had some impact, because clearly I spent lots of time thinking about it after that whole discussion. And
I'm glad my words like nestled their way into your brain and sat there.
Well, it did something. But yeah, no, I mean, because, you know what they say. I don't know what other people believe, necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say that I have a whole lot of evidence that there's magic in this world. But, you know, sufficiently advanced technology. They say it's indistinguishable.
This conversation took one hell of a turn.
So let's see. Well, I've got to think of something to do on looking at all of these cities and figuring out which locations in the region I want to get more flights out to.
I mean, Hong Kong would seem the best city, but it is also the closest of all of those crummy cities you're looking at.
Yeah. Well, let's see. They wanted me to go from Beijing to Shanghai, which
yes, well, the game is foolish in part because
it's less than 1,000 miles.
Yeah, it's also funny how that route there, the shortest route, was also the one that was going to cost you the most money to set up.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What about Sapporo? Sapporo's not a bad distance. What is Sapporo like?
I mean, who wants to go to Hokkaido, right?
I never think to look at other cities in Japan because pretty much 99% of the time I ever play Aerobiz, my hub in this region is...
Sapporo certainly has far more population than those other crummy cities you're looking at, and the econ's 40, although the tourism is trash.
And Osaka's a good town too, although it's not quite so far away.
It has more people, better economy, and better tourism than Hokkaido does.
Hokkaido, the Alaska of Japan. That's
right, Jordan.
Encouraging words. So, which is... Ooh, I actually am hearing fireworks now. Well, too late. I already came downstairs. So says Sam Fisher. Oh, okay. Oh, you said Sam Fisher. For a minute, for whatever reason, I thought you were talking about Bobby Fischer. And I was like, well, I guess that guy knows something about traveling the world, but...
No, he's referring to a fictitious individual.
Yes. Oh, well. Osaka was going to be more to start, but I don't know. It seems like there could be some...
And because America's got their dick in everything, it's still going to take you 12 months.
Yes, and because of the Beijingity of our city, it will cost us a full year's worth of this man's time.
He looks like he'd rather be in Japan than Cairo.
Well, I guess that's so, but I guess the alternative was going to be for him to sit in the home office in the good old U.S. of A. But we have 2 planes in reserve, I think. Oh, we do have a DC-6. And we only have one Ilyushin sitting around.
Yeah, so that can be your posterity play.
Well, no. Okay. There's. Hang on. It's almost not worth selling for one.
Exactly.
For another, it's only April, so they've got 2 more quarters to have a fire sale on Ilyushin planes before they stop producing them for a while.
This dream, man.
this everything must go. And if that happens, random events. See, I'm all about the strategy games that involve just bullshit random events.
And topical things, Bobo. Enzo and Cass are trending on Twitter right now. Apparently they had a Sonic promo.
A Sonic promo?
Yes.
Like for the Hedgehog?
Yes, of course. That's the first one you go with.
Oh, the slushies and yes, like hot dogs and shit.
Drive-in fast food place. I would do
that thing. Well, good for them. Good for them. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that Enzo is It was Enzo was the one that had the scare for a while there on the when
He
got
he
knocked
had
out in
a
the
concussion. He was
yeah.
thrown into the ropes by Simon Gotch, one of the vaudevillains, so hard that his head pretty much like slammed. He like skidded and slammed against the bottom rope and went colliding outside.
Yeah. A little scary. Oh no. And also scary. We no longer have hundreds of millions of dollars. We only have tens of millions. Thanks to the purchase of these 2 planes.
No. Well, apparently, Bobo, they also they went out and rescued John Cena.
Oh, John Cena? Well, that's good. So he could come out and tell us about how diverse America is.
They rescued Big Match John. That must mean they're hot.
They had their rescue had a big fight feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and end this quarter because we don't have anything else we can do.
All right. All of the
movements.
amazing networking that MetLink was attempting to do in like the Delhi area in the Middle East.
Oh, that's why everybody was all hyped up about Cairo and why I had my my flights full in and out of there. It's because business is booming.
Woo! 24 more slots in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
14
more
shit,
slots
only
in
14 more.
Oh shit. I forget. Was I leave? No. I'm gonna have an agent free on the next turn. I concerned myself for a second that I was keeping that guy on deck to hop onto New York the moment that they were ready, but I think one of our guys is going to be ready next turn. He's going to be done with whatever negotiations he was already doing.
Wait. Of course, Australia is still off limits to everyone because no one can reach.
Australia, this is you.
Fucking effing controller losing his shit.
I just wanted to see whether or not he was. I got to see if I could smoke him out. See if he was actually here, just keeping quiet.
Unfortunately, no.
No. There's no table turnings going on right now, wherever he is. Perhaps he just had a twitch wherever he is, actually. Let's see. So we are the red. We are not number one. We are not number one in any region. Well, that's all right. We're a plucky underdog of an airline. Revolution has broken out in Cuba, so now we can be inspired to make Tropico games. And the 707-320 had a successful maiden flight. Still don't know anything about it. Hey, and we're back in the hundreds of millions. Or sorry, hundreds of millions.
Sorry, hundreds of millions of billions of ones.
I always get confused by the fact that it says K at the end, which is just as well. Having 3 more zeros would just make it more complicated to read, but it does always slightly confuse my math.
It should have a G there, damn it. That's the only way I understand.
Yeah, it ain't nothing but that sort of a thing.
I sent a tweet to effing controller in the hopes of triggering him.
Well, that is you.
Alright, we can get a whole 8 more and 30 more months to see if you can get any more than 8.
And it's going to take a half a year.
Yeah,
and
that's the good news. The Bajingity value has reduced in New York.
Shit. I almost feel like it was worthless getting these Florida slots because I'm not going to be able to completely fill up my my West Coast routes, am I?
Well, would it be more profitable to fill those up than... Why am I even asking that stupid question?
Well, actually, no. So the New York to LA route is almost full. Wait a minute, I've got 12 flights going and 4 open slots? That sounds like a negotiation I made while really groggy on some...
Like, I love LA so much!
Oh man, I need to get that, oh, damn it, well...
Oh, hey effing, how's it going?
I didn't do it. I just recanted a time that it happened. And a place that it happened. Or rather, a whole continent where it happened.
Last night at Shea effing.
There we go. Let's return those slots to Los Angeles. Make that look a little nicer.
The greatest travesty in effing's broadcast history occurred.
Oh well, don't worry. You'll be able to conquer America in your vengeance soon.
Maybe.
Maybe. Seems about right. Let's see here. Okay, so Vancouver completely full. If we got another plane on that, it's hardly worth it for the one more flight that we would get at this point, but still. All right, we've got.
We're looking to do more in Europe land.
Yeah, we can get a flight into Madrid. And right now, do we have any competition here? No. So this ought to be just ducky.
The distances in Europe land are just so crummy for airplane flights, though, even if the cities are decent.
Yeah. Oh, and since the 707... I'm glad that that's your strongest memory of this version of the game, despite the fact that I don't think you ever actually played the Genesis.
I only watched you play it.
And as bad as the audio quality would have been on any of those videos just to begin with, then you've got the Genesis Jetwine to deal with.
I'm glad if there is any positive impact I have made in your life, it's to support the Super Nintendo Aerobiz Supersonic.
I was trying out different ones. I think I'd played the I played the Super Nintendo port enough. Wanted to see whether or not what the differences were. I mean, clearly they were mostly going to be things like the graphics and sound being slightly different. Turned out a little more different than I thought. That's good tea. Now then, let's re-examine the world here. I guess I don't... Oh, that's true. I actually got my free agent immediately back into negotiating for slots in New York City, so there's not actually much to do this quarter.
Well, time to kick up the feet.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I could fine-tune all of my routes to make money, but as long as they're all making money, I'm broadly okay with it.
Broadly? Like, generally I'm okay with it. Specifically? Well, Metlink is trying to get to Osaka.
Oh, gee, well, damn it. If I'd negotiate it, if I had an agent in Sapporo, damn it, they'd go up there. Alright, business is booming. Cairo Airport has been expanded.
Beijing, 20.
There's more Beijingity for everyone now. Let's check out our passenger totals.
Le Air winning interregional flights.
Le Air also leading European flights. Le Air leading African flights.
Oh, Le Air is going to win the game.
Well, okay, they're not in the Middle East yet. They, like us,
they can
not in the Middle
skip
East.
one region. Alright, not two. And of course, everyone's skipping the Australia-Oceania area right now.
Australia, Australia. This is you. I want to see whether or not he left.
You didn't even put as much effort into it as you did the first time.
Oh, okay. No, he's there.
Effing. Nice.
He's there. They should be called Lair.
That's right.
But that makes it sound like it's like a place where a beast resides.
You can shorten it like Le Air to like, and have like the Le with the apostrophe there. It's great.
It's true. That is the way that actual Frenchy talk would theoretically work.
Actual Frenchy talk, but with a Vulture 2016. I say from what I hear from that there Frenchy talk that you can shorten out the space bar between the E and Le, and then a vowel like A in the next word to follow.
You know, I have learned over my many years that you really should not try and judge folks by the way in which they speak. Rather you should judge people by the content of their words. However, when you do say you could change the space out with the apostrophes in the language, there does seem to be a certain hesitation I have with taking those words as gold. I don't know what it is.
I can't imagine what problem you would have had with what I said. It's a shame we didn't have the Africa network fully set up to capitalize on this year of Cairo being awesome.
Well, it's all right. we've got enough going here.
Mm.
We can add a few more flights to both of our interregional routes here, which are already full and already pretty good mileage.
And now it's time for Cairo to crash.
Well, if they do, we can take those planes off.
That's right.
And,
where will the man-made wonders of the world move to after they're done with Cairo?
That's right. Okay, so let's see. London, New York route. Considering that's filling up, I could probably take this back up.
So you have a dangling
fare.
like slot there too. There's like one more. Didn't you have like a spare slot in New York? Couldn't you like fill that up and make one more flight a week between London and New York?
Well, that could be. That probably made sense at some point, but who knows when. It might have been sometime around June 25th, 6 a.m.
Hey, Zerfall.
All right.
I know.
Israeli
Hey,
and Bates
Zerfall, he's
featuring
traded
T-Rex.
up in the world. He ditched you for me. Now I'm joining his live broadcast.
That's terrible. There's enough Koei games to go around. Although, actually, that is true, Zerf. Pretty sure we're out of Uncharted Waters backlog. I need to start getting some more adventures together.
Uh-oh.
Oh well. I believe tomorrow is his scheduled tea time with JG to play Super Shell Monsters story, so it won't be then.
Oh. It's okay.
But
maybe he would
let's
say
actually-
that he traded up too, right?
I suppose. It's the story of my life. Oh, jeez. Nobody likes going to Rome. What's that about? Nobody likes going to Athens either. Oh, I see. Just because Madrid's the new hotness. I get it. Everybody wants to go to Madrid.
Yeah, everyone. That's why the load is 85%.
They're taking the they're taking the 49% from here,
Oh.
and the 65% from here, and they're all getting crammed on to planes that are.
Zerfall with continuing this faux passion of our lives drama. JG is busy tomorrow.
What is JG busy with? Oh well. All right, you want to do some Uncharted Waters tomorrow, Zerf? I apparently have my microphone level set up perfectly for Super Nintendo emulation and Skype talk.
You need to write this down in a notepad, the exact volume levels you have.
Yes, so that I can spend like 20 minutes with the sliders in OBS trying to make sure that it's just that.
Well, yes, you want it to be perfect again, right?
It has to be great again.
No, don't settle for greatness. Settle for perfection.
Make America perfect again. Oh, yeah, there is no way to travel to see the Lisboners in this game, Zerf. Sorry about it.
Zerfall saying, yeah, we can do. We brokered out a deal for you to spend more time with Zerfall tonight.
Oh, wow. What?
Well, not tonight, but we brokered out the deal tonight.
Oh, okay. I was thinking this was like one of those Triple H general manager style decisions where it's like, and the match will happen tonight. Just like, oh.
Triple
Okay.
threat. Bobo
And the
Zerfall
match
approval.
begins next. And then he just cheap shots the guy. Or I guess, no, that's when he says the match begins now.
Runs up my pants, pull out the sledgehammer. Hit Zerfall with it.
Oh, effing controller. Glad you mentioned air horns.
Uh-oh.
I have a weird anecdote that relates to air horns.
Tell me more.
This weekend, I was out on the town with Hollywood celebrity Bean, and we happened to be we were going to Record Exchange. We were going to the place where we picked up all those old Nintendo cartridges. And when we walked out of there, we noticed there was like they did one of those things where they close down a couple of blocks of the street, and all the food trucks show up, and there's like a couple of stages with bands, a little festival of, I guess, no real theme, but they had stuff going on. So we went in and we sat down, got some kebabs and had lunch by some Japanese drummers, or I guess it was Japanese-style drumming. There was clearly a sort of a multi-ethnic backgrounded group of individuals, but they were all doing the Japanese-style drumming. And they were alternating back and forth between different styles of song. They did one to Who Let the Dogs Out, which was a little disorienting, but there you go. And they did some old traditional Japanese ones. There were ones that were clearly, oh, this is some kind of sweet love ballad. But in between each one, the DJ that was playing the music would signal the end of the song with triple synth air horns. Like, it could be the most moving, romantic Japanese ballad you've ever heard, and then it ends with...
Good
because
story.
I guess that's just what DJs do. And so now on, whenever I hear a song and I hear it fading out, I think it just has to immediately result in... But, hasn't happened yet.
If you ever do, like, a stream alerts thing, like, for, like,
Yes.
subscriptions or, you know, like, people following the channel, that's what you need. Like, a DJ head, like, popping up, like, out of, like, the corner of the screen. And fading away.
So, I have 2 agents now, and, I could get them off doing stuff, but,
You have plenty of slots in Beijing, so it stands to reason that if you were going for more routes right now, you would try to find other worthy cities in Southeast Asia.
yeah, but I'm starting to run near out of money. Opening a route to Osaka will nearly drain the funds entirely.
A good thing we were planning on sailing for all those crummy planes so that you could set up the Africa network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be able to use, well, you know, I would be able to save money by using those more efficient planes on a route like, well, okay, they don't have the range to go to Bangkok. But they're good enough for Europe, damn it.
Shitty Eastern Bloc planes, good enough for Europe.
If only they'd listened to me for their slogans. Now let's see. I think, is business continuing to boom in Cairo, or is that temporary boost over?
We'll give it another quarter. We'll see where it goes.
Because we just put another DC-6 on here, and it is
I have to assume
completely
it's still
filled up.
moving. Like,
You can't imagine people just want to go to Cairo on its own merits.
I mean, there was like a war there not too long ago. Middle East War II.
That's right, the Middle East War too. You kids remember that in your history books, right?
I found an air horn in my closet when we moved into our house. It was a free house welcoming gift.
It was a housewarming gift, and it was supposed to signal the end of your move-in process. You were supposed to press the button 3 times. Okay, so...
Because you haven't done that, you still haven't finished moving in yet, Zerfall.
I mean, we still have boxes everywhere, and I think we've been here for coming up on 3 years at this point.
Yes, saw some of those fabled boxes whenever Hollywood Celebrity Bean snapped that photo of you.
Yes. Well, a lot of that was actually just wedding shit. Like, the tablecloths and...
The box, like, those boxes are different.
Yeah, no, those are special boxes. Those are boxes that we have to launder all of the, like, tablecloths and napkins and stuff and then try to sell them again. Oh, it's alright, Hollywood Celebrity Bean. We could have done a lot of stuff this weekend.
Aww.
Well...
P.S.
Yeah, okay, that is definitely feeling the heat of additional tourism and business booming.
It's almost a trap too. Look at how many new airplane slots we have for you. Cairo might experience another.
Come on, we just brand new airport slots. Don't you want them? Aren't they fresh and hot?
It's the only way you can connect Beijing with the rest of the world.
It is true at this moment, unless I want to leapfrog through the Mideast, which I kinda don't. Even though, actually, in terms of wars, the Middle East has been more stable in this particular scenario than Cairo has.
It's we're using our oracular abilities to judge the Middle East on what will happen in the future.
Yes. And are you ready? Are you ready, Grimmeth? It is October. The moment I hit this half and half looking little box that I guess is supposed to symbolize charts and ending the turn, the moment I do that, that is the nail in the coffin for the future of the Ocean IL-14. because that will start the new year and production will be over.
I can accept that.
All right. You're not as broken up about it as I am.
I'm not, no.
Ah, Tunis is now it's the hotspot for tourists. I wonder if
Shit, like
Cairo
all
is...
of the man-made wonders fucking just moved further down, like, the coast. Like, they set up Niagara Falls pretty damn fast.
Well, you know, I think if Effing is here, he could tell us about particular British generals and waterfalls, and that was an experience.
Alright.
Oh, I can't even remember which was it. No, Cornwallis wasn't the man that was.
It was the guy.
It was Le Gap.
The guy, yes.
The guy.
The guy.
Le Guy. We are the second most profitable airline going on right now, and we're still almost broke. I wonder how everybody else is doing.
Not as well, or perhaps better.
I suppose those are the two options.
Because they're worse at this whole airplane management than you are. Thankfully, there's no B-747s around yet for them to suicide.
Mm. Still not leading in any region, but still providing service most places that airplanes currently fly.
Yes, most places. As I look at the Middle East, Oceania, like South America and Southeast Asia.
Oh, single tear, turning into a raging torrent.
Get to obsolescence where you belong. Oh, Netlink buying all the things. And negotiating with Tunis.
Well, I hope that works out for them in the long run.
Wow.
What? What? We were only able to acquire 4 slots in New York.
That was half of the advertised slots.
Get your ass back there. Do it again.
But
actually, no. This time, let's send our haggard salaryman. He'll do a better job. He'll do this like his life depended on it.
Will he? What if there's nothing left?
The last slot. You know what? It's a good enough use of your time.
That's right. I am here for one slot. The slot that we used to hook up one more flight between New York and London.
That'll be worth it.
I have
Also, let's see. New York, LA.
Effing rights don't got chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, he doesn't have chasing waterfalls because all of the waterfalls are already there.
In Tunis. He just has to go to the waterfalls. They won't move for, like, some time before all of them wonders pick up and ride off into the night like bandits.
There you go. Like thieves. I think so. There was a new type of 740 or 707, wasn't there?
It was the 320.
All right, that
it's mathematically superior.
It is. It's got range. It's got seats.
It's got fuel efficiency and maintenance.
It's got everything that's so great about these planes. Sort of. Right. But it's not a McDonnell Douglas, so I don't want it. I know I could get it for so much cheaper if it was from these guys.
That's right. Your profit margins allow you to buy... You make 2 D6s every quarter.
Oh, we're no longer using the...
Or it's loyalty branding. Like the marketing...
We're not using Super Constellation bucks anymore, or whatever it was.
Yes. The marketing people came to you and said, like, in order to, like, ensure our loyalty seal with DC, we need to change our currency.
Alright, so I'm gonna buy some more DC6s to get myself back under.
You 2 quarters income of DC6s.
That'll be good, because we're gonna need them to get to Osaka, and we're going to need them if we want to add on to any of these nice long routes here, either between here and London, or between Vancouver and New York.
Zerfall says that he'd buy that T-shirt, but it has to say "got." I'm so proud of both of you.
It has TY Beanie Babies. God, those were the hell of a thing. The one summer I was working at a toy store.
So those New York slots. LA or Vancouver? LA or Vancouver? Which is superior?
Oh, in this case, it's definitely Vancouver because we already have LA slots seats that are getting unused.
Oh, wow, that changed.
It did.
Changed.
Are we in a price war here?
You? No, that guy's charging
nope.
you 20%.
Everybody's overcutting me. Apparently, this is a perceived value issue. People think there must be something wrong with these flights because they're so cheap.
They look like they're using.
They're using bigger super constellations.
Well, not everyone.
Well, okay, these guys are using the same ones.
Is using DC6s. Yeah,
Blair
you
is doing their same
20% like
deal.
overcharged, and they're still filling up the. Well, you are using 7 as opposed to the 2.
Well, yeah. How many flights does everybody else have going? Okay, they have. I mean, they're the North American airline, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
People just trust them. They're a trusted name in this sort of thing.
So basically, all the people we've got flying us are the people who see the good deal. Like, I'll trust the bajingity of this.
And I guess that probably means that we can afford to bring this plane over here and see if we can get 2 more flights. Nice full planes. Let's see whether or not the Canadians trust the bajingity of our airline.
I was wondering whether you should get rid of those slots in Miami, but you might need to open that flight after all at some point if the popularity of LA and Vancouver doesn't continue to grow.
I suppose so. The big issue I'm going to have here now is that we literally won't have enough slots.
Oh, there's also the fact that it will take you like 3 quarters to get enough money to start opening some routes now.
Well, also, unless we start buying 747s, which, I mean, A, don't exist yet, and B, we wouldn't have the money to do, we're not going to be able to carry enough passengers to take North America away from Metlink. There's a host of problems.
Alright.
We'll have to see whether or not we'll be able to overcome them through sheer force of will.
Yes.
And possibly sheer force of, I don't know, more flights in Southeast Asia.
Yeah. Well, you got Osaka being set up right now. It's going to cost you all of your money to create that flight to Osaka once it's done.
Yes. Let's see how long it would take to get us.
2.
We can get
what?
2 slots.
Because the orange team there gobbled up 10.
Yep. They have already got 10, and they're not. I don't believe they're using them.
It looked like 4 of 10, according to the fraction, was currently available on their team.
Let's take a look at Hong Kong. It's not going to be the most profitable flight, but it should be at least as good as a.
That beautiful green flag right there over is a hotel.
Yeah.
Is that the hotel?
That is the hotel. Well, that's the city hotel.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Somebody bought the city. Korea bought the city hotel in Hong Kong. All right.
I think that'd be reasonable considering it is within their region, whereas you went after the one in New York.
Yes, I decided I was going to gank hotels out from underneath competing airlines. I did not bother to get the one in Seoul, but maybe I should have.
Zerf is protecting
Zerf is
himself.
apparently trying to make his emoticon work, but it's just not appearing. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
I don't know. You have the power of the lightning bolt there. You should be able to do whatever it is you want.
You don't need the lightning bolt in order to post your emoticons.
Yeah, I wouldn't think.
No, yeah, you don't need it at all. You could post it wherever you want. Your subscribers could post it wherever you want.
Well, now everybody's gonna take a look at mine.
Of your emoticon and post it here, and I'm not subscribed to you.
I could go ahead and put up the emoticon of Hollywood celebrity Bean, who also has shades on, so deal with Bean. Alright, all the world's landmarks are still in Tunis, so...
I mean, they just got there. It takes effort to, like, pack up and move. Yes, I would presume so, Zerfall. That crappy hitbox app that you keep using to protect yourself.
You cloak yourself in it like a...
That's right, it's like Tim Howard.
Like a childhood blanket. Ooh, I'm actually close to MetLink's passenger numbers in North America, despite not being able to get all those sweet slots.
Yes,
I think if I opened up a new route, I might be able to do it.
Metlink isn't making that much more money. Like 6 or 7. Just gonna leave the sentence there.
Yeah, they're making 6 or 7.
Yeah, making 6 or 7.
We really are doing great if we're only in the single digits of dollars away from them. We could only require. Oh,
What the
oh,
shit?
what?
Why?
What?
Why only 3? Like, why only 3?
Yes. Yes.
Listen, DC lady, we don't have time for you right now. We want to know why the hell Glasses Man only acquired 3 slots.
I don't even. You know what that means?
Profit?
That means big profit. Actually.
Oh, those 4 DC sectors.
Those 4 are at full price. How terrible. I'm gonna go ahead and take a quarter of doing nothing but buying planes, because these are useful.
Especially considering the disappointing output of what transpired.
Yeah.
Oh man, you make so much profit at DCs now.
Give me all of your planes. Your planes.
You
Give them to me.
have more money. Why could you only order 10 planes?
They have manufacturing limits.
What?
They can only make 10 planes a quarter. That's it.
Now, that's bullshit.
Actually, I've never played this game multiplayer. I know. Not for lack of somebody trying. But I've never played this game multiplayer. I imagine that everybody has the option of buying 10 planes each quarter.
I would assume so. I don't think you could just, like, consume, like, all that. Otherwise, the person, like, player number 1 would always have
whoever
that
gets
power over the other
the
player.
first turn that quarter. Well, it does rotate who gets the first turn every
yes.
quarter,
That's why you hand over the crown to player 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And look, we still have money to spare.
Yeah, we'll totally be able to do all of the things. Like, buy a DC-8.
Honestly, at a sale price, I would go ahead and buy a DC-8. This is basically, since there's no stock market in this one, I'm just buying these as future investments. I'm actually probably just going to sell this DC-830 next quarter. Although I could use it to start up a route between London and Beijing.
Yes, with all of the money you have right now.
Well, I mean, yes, it would require waiting turns. I think we all realize that nothing is going to happen immediately at the pace at which we gather money, and the pace at which any airline gathers money in this.
People to get on that whole slot thing, looking at you, disappointing man who wears glasses.
Yeah. And you thought he was going to have a good time just hanging out.
No, he did have a good time. That's the problem.
Never send a man in to do a woman's job.
Yeah, only we're able to acquire 3 slots. I'm sorry. Maybe that's why. Holy shit.
She's gonna take 9 months to get this 1 slot. Okay, so now basically we have 2 agents out that are in long...
I think what happened is that Metlink just swooped in and said he was able to negotiate faster, and so just like, I'm just gonna scoop all these up. And there was nothing left for Bajingity.
I am so disappointed in this man. Look at him there.
He was like,
stony-faced.
It took a full year. What was I supposed to do?
He's so desperate not to betray his shame. I see it in you.
Right. He's handing you the blade like hilt first.
Yes. Well, unfortunately, I still need you guys to negotiate for slots in wherever the hell. I don't need you this quarter, though.
In wherever
Hit the
hell.
bench.
I've never heard of that region.
Fuck!
Oh, no!
Screw you guys.
He spent all his money on airplanes!
Not on us, the people! Get on your headbands, everyone!
That's right.
It's time to strike!
Let me wear this stupid-looking bandolier.
I'm glad everyone's worn their white collar shirts and jeans,
Does everyone have
showing solidarity, and everyone has their karate headbands. Is that a thing for striking workers in Japan or something? Do they all wear karate headbands?
We're not in Japan.
Well, I mean, yes, but this game was made there. Perhaps the graphic artist, when was told to make an image of striking workers, like, that's the image that was conjured in his mind.
I do love that the solidarity is shown in, like, the outfits. Does everyone have their outfit?
Everybody got their headbands, their white button-ups.
Period.
Okay. Oh, that message skipped by too quickly.
Sightseeing. Period.
Sightseeing. That is not a sentence. It's a poem. I get it. Sightseeing. Full stop. The airport expansion in Paris is done. La Air will be pleased. The expansion in Los Angeles is done. That would be important if that's the one thing that in scenario 1 I feel like you can run into if you start an airline there or you use them as a hub. Because Los Angeles just does not always scale up. New York, generally speaking, will, although I guess now that we're coming in our Beijingity, they won't really get behind us.
Coming into our Beijingity. We're blossoming.
Oh, that was the thing. Well, okay, so yes. Striking workers did take a bite out of the profits there.
Oh, now La Air is earning more. Oh, no. No.
As long as we get our workers back. I mean, not that they, like, took a hike someplace.
Oh, the passenger counts, too.
This is